Blog Talk Radio.
Hello and welcome to World of Perspective Radio on Blog Talk Radio. My name is Elizabeth Alron and I am your host. If you look up the words used to name this show, you will find among many others a picture or view of something for the word perspective, a realm or domain or sphere of human activity or interest for the word world. And if you look up the word human, you find sympathetic, humane. When you put the elements together, to me, it says that a world of perspective is a sympathetic and humane view of the things that matter. When you join me, you'll always find the show taking a perspective of you that will potentially be inspiring, helpful, or illuminating. Does it mean you need to take it on as your own? Hardly. If it provides you fuel to continue going in the direction you've been going, great. If it gives you a new course of action to consider, also great. All I am desiring to do is give you some food for thought. The call-in number for the show is 347-324-5745. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to spending time with you.
Decided, let me see exactly what these words mean, so I'm not talking, out of the side of my mouth with my pen and paper. So, I looked up power, and power pretty much is described the way we are familiar with it. But when I looked up romance, I was expecting, some grand love affair, and I was expecting, scintillating this and, thrilling that. And what I actually saw was that romance is a made-up phenomenon. The definitions really went more towards, the Roman languages and towards novels and creating a perspective of the past that's favorable. And in one case, it was amazing. In one case, it was one definition of romance is, to completely make something up, a complete fabrication, I think is what it actually says. So it's like, okay, so romance is a made-up thing. And what's interesting is I realized as I was reading it, I know that Valentine's Day is an extremely emotional day because the guys are scared and the girls are excited, anticipating finally getting the perfect Valentine's Day, right? And so the guys are like, I don't understand Valentine's Day. I don't know what I should be doing. And so everybody's like kind of like, uh-oh, I hope February 15th comes by really quick. At least the fellas are thinking that.
Every guy is thinking that, Tony. Really?
No, I'm not going to say no, not every guy, but I've seen way more guys than women thinking that way.
Okay.
And so, but the thing is that since it's an environment of emotions and thoughts that you just make up any way you want, guys are usually a lot more practical. So one of the challenges was to write the book in a way that it's valuable to men as well as valuable to women. And it also helps to explain men some to women and vice versa. So it's not just, what do I do for Valentine's Day or how do I make Valentine's Day every day? It's really encompassing because it actually covers a lifestyle, not just so much the day.
Will there be some relieved guys by the time we're done?
Yeah, I think the guys will have some freedom to be actually able to participate in the romance. So the first key is creating romance. Now, because romance is a made-up phenomenon, you have to write it, I'm still like scratching my head. So it's a made-up phenomenon.
That's, you know what, I think most things are really made up if you think about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, but none of them, not too many of them are as blatantly described as that.
Okay, that's true. That's very true. Okay.
Right. So if it's made up, then the question is, what is it made up of? So when I look at what it's made up of, really it's just made up of thoughts and feelings. And so if we look at, I'll read like one paragraph in there. Many of us believe getting into a romantic relationship or having their relationship be romantic is a matter of luck, as in lucky in love. Some think if they're good enough and pray hard enough for a miracle, the laws of the universe will alter just for them so they can experience romance for a while or even happily ever after. Some think fate or destiny allows romance to happen for them. Some wait for romance to descend upon them like they were a victim of circumstance. some try to force others to be romantic with them. Not many people see it as something that can be created. So what it's distinguished is if you're creating romance, and if it's in the world of thoughts and feelings, then all there is to do is to create thoughts and feelings that are inspiring to somebody, that are valuable. And then you could actually, and then the second chapter talks about maintaining love, which, we can go over that briefly.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, there is that fairy tale image of romance. Would you say that is romance, or could romance be pretty?
It certainly could be.
Okay.
It could be. Anything that's going to have a person be honored by the other, anything that has them think favorably, that has them feel emotionally connected and attached, could be construed as romance.
So that really does widen what romance could be. It really isn't just that sweep me off my feet kind of feeling.
Right. You're always going to find what you're looking for. I think Maxwell Maltz says that the brain is an answer-seeking device. So if you're not looking for a particular thing, you're not going to find the answer. So first you need to actually be interested in looking for a reason to be romantic. Like, why would I want to be romantic? And then look for opportunities to express that romantic feeling.
Okay.
So, for example, a way to think about romance is to not so much think about romance. See, if I think about romance, what I'll be doing is I'll go get some balloons and some candy and a card, and I'll go and say, hey, honey, happy Valentine's Day. Right, and, it's kind of played out, even though it's not fully played out, because people still do it and, like that. But what could actually happen is if I start thinking about what does my sweetheart like and love. She doesn't like doing the laundry. She does like going out for a ride. So I would maybe create a whole scenario around things she likes, or a whole scenario around taking away things she don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, for example, let's say I remember watching Bill Cosby. Love the Cosby Show, and he and his stepson, his son-in-law, I should say, and his father-in-law, I think his father-in-law, had a contest to see who could be the most romantic.
Okay. And
what ended up happening is, all those guys had money except for his son-in-law. So they made a bet that it had to be $25 or less. You couldn't spend more than $25. And I don't remember exactly what these guys did, but I think Bill Cosby's gift, he ended up winning. His gift cost nothing. And Claire wanted to be mad at him, and she couldn't.
Okay.
She just couldn't be mad at him. She was like, cheapskate. And then she saw it, and then it was like a memory from college or something. And she was done. And, he ended up winning the thing. Everybody was laughing at it. It was cute. But, looking for what's important to your partner, you actually have to start thinking about what does she like, what she don't like, what does he like, what does he don't like, and then think about the emotion you actually want to portray. So do you want them to feel relieved? Do you want them to feel elevated? You actually have to think about what emotion do you want this other person to feel.
You have to think, Tony? Come on now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And you have to think in romance? It's supposed to be so natural, isn't it? Isn't it supposed to be effortless? I mean, come on.
If it was, fellas wouldn't be quite as scared of Valentine's Day as they are.
Oh, you make me...
I swear to God, I see fellas and they be like, God, I hope I don't mess up.
Aww.
I'm not saying all guys. I've seen enough guys over the years to be knowing that, and I've messed up a few times myself, so I totally get it.
Okay. Did you know you were messing up at the time, or just...
No.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
No clue. I'm thinking I'm doing a good job. Like, oh, man, what's up with that, or whatever it was. Just,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.